Order, please.
Good evening, Mayor, Council.
Thank
Ross? Here. Hamilton? Here. Taylor? Here. Robinson?
Here.
Baxter? Here. Harris?
Here.
Insulaco? Here. Height?
Present.
Have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. If everybody would stand for Mr. Barber, say the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we come before you once again this evening. We thank you for your constant blessing and provision that you provide for each and every one of us. We do ask this evening, Lord, for wisdom and grace for our leaders of this great city. Pray that you would just continue to be with us in all the things that we go through. Pray for safety and protection, Lord, for our police and fire and public utilities, Lord, that you would just keep them safe as they go about their duties. We do thank you for all you do in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moved.
motion second on the minutes.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
If anybody would like to pull any communications, let me know now. If not, I'll ask for a motion and a second and followed.
Move to accept and file 1 through 7.
Second?
Motion accept 1 through 7, and there's a second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco? Height?
Yes.
With your pleasure, I'd like to bring all the tennis players up front, please, if you don't mind. Dan, are you here too? Please come up. I already met her anyway. Come on up with your cameras, take your pictures, please. It's my privilege and honor to say this is National Tennis Month. Thank all y'all for coming up. Paula, thank you for being here, Judge, if you don't mind. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and say this, but I want you to say a few words about tennis, if you don't mind, Dan. But let me go ahead and say to all these present shall come greetings, that this, whereas tennis is a popular sport that provides strong foundation for fitness, helps develop coordination, flexibility, and strength while fostering self-esteem, character, and confidence. I won't read all this, but it is my pleasure to say that I, Terry C. Harwick, the mayor of the city of North Little Rock, do hereby proclaim the May 2024 as National Tennis Month in honor of all you and what you do. Dan, I'm going to give this to you if you don't mind. Come on around, please. Everybody, please.
Thank you, Mayor Hartwick, for the opportunity to come up and tell you everything that's been going on at Burns since the city of North Little Rock took over. We have a lot of things to be proud of here in the city of North Little Rock. Yep. Sorry. I was saying, like, we have a lot of really impressive things to be proud of with our tennis programs here at the city of North Little Rock. We have lots of tournaments during the weekends, lots of adult, lots of junior tournaments that brings many, many players to our city and from not only in the state, but also in the nation. Our head tennis pro, Thomas Anderson, and I have been to multiple elementary schools this past spring, and we've gotten to be able to introduce tennis to about 500 plus kids. Our one tennis academy that we started out there with Thomas Anderson, we have 20 kids that are ranked in the top 5 in their in their age groups, 4 of them being number 1s in their age group. Akshay Prasad in boys 12s, Alex LaFrance in boys 14s, Georgia King in girls 14s. Georgia's here with us. Caroline Jones in girls 16s. She's here with us too. And we also have quite a few of our middle school tennis players as well, and they're the future coming up to take over from the high school. And we also have 2 of our young next generation little ladies, and they are the spearhead of our Red Balls. This is Corinne Jatina. Say hi, Corinne. And then Bertie Heinzman. And so, as you can see, the future of tennis looks very bright. Deanna with the ATA is here. Jared Compton with the ATA is here as well. Always looking out for everything in the state. So, thank you again for your support, Mayor Hartwick.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Judge, anything? Come on up. I used to write her letter. She won so many tournaments the first time. I'd write her letter every time she won a tournament. I ran on station.
Oh, well. I think a lot of us here in North Little Rock take it for granted that we have such an amazing tennis facility in Burns Park Tennis Center. It's one of the best in the nation. 50 years ago, when they built the tennis center, it was unheard of for public parks to have indoor tennis courts, and we have them. Now, that being said, it was 50 years ago. It might need a little maintenance here coming up. So anyway, we appreciate the city's support of our tennis program. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Everybody get pictures? You got your pictures? Thank y'all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. A baseball.
Thank you. That moon pack.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Come on. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to get y'all to come on down. Taylor, Jim, please. This is kind of the starting lineup downstairs, guys, with our city clerk's office, Jim, and of course, Taylor. Worked down there with Diane, so again, this is kind of something we're going to do because this is Municipal Clerks Week. To all those be presidential come, greetings from me, the mayor of the city of North Rock. Do I hereby proclaim Municipal Clerks Week? And I cannot say enough about Diane Whitby. She's very special to our city. She's been here with us for about 10 years, going on 20. How many? 34. I wasn't going to say it. You said it. But again, when you have somebody who's been with the city for 34 years and has the support staff she has, you can't say enough. If I have any questions, legal, whatever, I call Amy first, but then I want to check Amy, I call Diane. So if you don't mind, Diane, congratulations to you and all the city clerks.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're up, please.
Well, Mayor, thank you, and it takes a team, and I've got a great team downstairs. I have Jim and Taylor. We also have Caitlin Thomas and Shelley Estery. We've been in the front lines at City Hall for many number of years, and we hope to continue to do the work of the people here. We love you guys. We love the city, and we love you too, Mayor Hartwick, most of the time.
Most of the time. Most of the time.
So thank you.
Bye, baby. Thank y'all, everybody, for I appreciate it. Okay, Jim, you're up. Where are we? We done presentations, and let's see, I think we have one more if I'm not mistaken. Is that
Yes, sir.
correct?
That's correct, sir.
If you don't mind, let's bring Bernadette up. Bernadette, I saw you out there, so please come up, please.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Bernadette Rhodes. I'm a resident and homeowner in Indian Hills and have been for about 7 years. I've been a resident of North Little Rock for 10, and as many of you know, a proud North Little Rock City employee for 9 of those years, and have since moved on and work as a regional planner with MetroPlan, who, full disclosure, North Little Rock is a member jurisdiction of MetroPlan, but I'm here solely in my capacity as a citizen and a board member in the Indian Hills Community Club. And then joined by me is Jason Goicoechea.
Jason.
Hello, my name is Jason, and I've lived in Indian Hills about 2 years now. I'm an architect, and I'm just really interested in my new community and community space. So,
Thank you, Jason.
We really appreciate the opportunity to tell you a little bit about our efforts to protect the future of Indian Hills. And I know we've been giving 5 minutes, so I'm going to set my timer and start now. Next slide. So what we'll discuss tonight is what the Indian Hills Community Club owns, the current status of the property, and our plan for protecting our neighborhood's future. Next slide. The Indian Hills Community Club consists of approximately 30 acres of neighborhood property, which includes some beautiful cascading lakes that drain into 5 Mile Creek and retain water from a large part of the neighborhood. And if you look at the drainage map, it extends all the way up to the North Little Rock Airport that our watershed comes from, that drains into those 2 lakes. With that, we have 2 dams to maintain. We have 5 acres of land along 5 Mile Creek with trails and a beautiful waterfall when the rain's heavy. We have a boat ramp access to the upper lake off of Flint Rock Road, and tennis courts, and a pool facility, which is no longer open. Next slide. Those are our trails that crisscross through the property. Next slide. This is the current status of our property. The pool has been closed last summer and it will be again this summer, unfortunately. It requires just too much maintenance to reopen, and so we've had to pivot and focus on saving the assets that we still have. Next slide. With the lack of activity comes a lot of vandalism and problematic behavior on that property. We have shopping carts in 5 Mile Creek. We have a deer carcass that was left on the property, and some vandalism, folks breaking in and causing problems on the property. Next slide. So Jason's going to talk about our vision for moving forward.
Yeah, so essentially what we're trying to do is inform the neighborhood of how we got to this point and what is likely going to happen if we take no action, but then also to give a possible option as a solution for that. And so what we're trying to do is save as much of the things that have been tied to the identity of our neighborhood and were designed along with it for over 60 years. And so that includes the green space, first of all, the lakes and dams, but then also this park site. And so what we would be trying to do is reuse the infrastructure of what's already there, but with a new vision in mind for the future that has a much more simple and cheaper maintenance associated with it. And that required some tough decisions, frankly, and the first one was kind of getting over the idea of keeping the pool. It was just too expensive to operate and maintain over time, and so what we've done is gone back to a much simpler plan, just to have a community building where we could meet as neighbors and have events with a small park in front, and to refinish the tennis courts beside that. You can go to the next slide. This is just an example of something what that site might look like without the pool, and a small natural playground in its place, and then a pavilion where all of our neighbors could have a destination to go. And it's already in the past been used largely by the kids in the neighborhood, but also it's a great place to exercise and experience those green features on the way to getting here, and then walk the trails. And so you can go to the next slide. We did a tremendous amount of research over the last year to determine, by meeting with contractors and consultants and the State Department of Agriculture, observing our dams, and just calculated all of the costs that it would take to accomplish something over a period of 10 years at a rate that would be affordable enough for the average person that lives in Indian Hills. And so what we came up with is a pay-as-you-go kind of plan where we would be contributing all the 1,200 residents that live in Indian Hills to accomplish things each year, starting with the remediation of the dams, just because there's a safety component listed, that's associated with that. And then kind of reclaiming that site by demoing the pool and getting it prepared for this kind of new future that we're looking to. And all the way towards the very end, which is kind of looking to the future as well, by removing lake sediment. Those lakes are more useful when the depth is appropriate, and they're constantly gathering sediment from a large area, even outside of our neighborhoods. So you can go to the next slide. So the way we're proposing paying for this is something called an urban service district. It's a financial mechanism. There's no rules or anything associated with anybody's property, but it kind of solves one of the problems that we ran into that's caused this issue with our neighborhood, is the ability to collect dues for something to support things like this. And so this goes through the water bill, and they act as the collection agency for this. We're asking for $8.50 a month per household over a 10-year term, and we need at least 25% of the registered voters. And this, honestly, when it came down to it, was our only option for accomplishing something like this and having a solution to this problem. We also think that this gives us a really good spot to lie in with the city, because the city already has a tremendous amount of needs. And instead of us asking for you to solve all of our problems, this, puts it back on us, and we generate some of our own funds and take care of some of this stuff on our own, and also develop matching funds that we can apply for grants. And we get all of the board members that we've recruited in different areas to pitch in their expertise, architects, people working with contractors, real estate, all these things that provide free services that go into the value of this solution as well.
I think we're quickly running out of time, so I'll say it. Next slide. Next slide, that's a map of the neighborhood. So why only 25%? Why does the state law say you need only 25% of registered voters to sign this petition in order to present it to city council? Well, is that undemocratic? I would argue absolutely not. This is a volunteer-led petition. We have mailed first-class letters to every household. We have scheduled 8 meetings at First United Methodist Church from April through July of this year to allow folks to come and learn about the proposal. We are doing door-to-door canvassing and tabling throughout the neighborhood. It is, as you know, with anything that volunteers lead and anything having to do with voter turnout or civic participation, difficult to get people to respond. We might canvass 30 doors and only 10 of them open the doors. So we're doing our best, and we feel strongly that by reaching out to every single household, that we can get at least 25% of the voters, registered voters, to sign that they are in favor of this petition, but we're not going to be able to even get face-to-face with everybody. And when you compare that to a typical voter turnout in Pulaski County at 45%, and you look at how many registered voters we have in Indian Hills, the number needed to get a majority of those that turn out is only 22.5% of the total number of registered voters in the neighborhood. So reaching 25% for a volunteer-led petition is actually a very heavy lift. Next slide. So planning ahead, what you can expect from us and what we would invite for you is we will do continued neighborhood outreach and mailings to every household. We are inviting you to attend one of our informational meetings, and I'll follow up tonight with an email to each of you so you have my contact information and all the dates for those meetings. And we will have open communication with you in advance of presenting any petition, so you will know how many people we've talked to, and out of those, how many people have signed yes on the petition. Next slide. So with that, we thank you for your time and opportunity to present, and we're certainly happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? If not, thank you very much. Wait a minute, Mr. Hamilton.
If the city council does not approve this, what happens to the Indian Hill community assets?
Great question. We, as the Indian Hills Community Club Board, would no longer be able to even pay for liability insurance for the property, which means that the board members would walk away because they're not willing to shoulder that amount of liability. And there would no longer be a nonprofit organization managing the property at all. So at that point, it would become a public nuisance, it would become a public liability, and it would either have to go to auction or the city or somebody else would need to step in and take responsibility for it.
Any other questions? If not, thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Unfinished business, sir. 02416, Councilmember Taylor.
Gonna hold it.
Yes, sir.
On the consent agenda, R2499 through R24104, I'm going to ask for those to say all in favor.
Does anybody want to pull any?
I didn't hear of any, so does anybody want to pull any, as Amy asked? If not, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you very much. So that gets us through R24104 then. And I got to do R20, I may have missed one here. R24107 is at the next one. I'm sorry, thank you. Let's keep on going.
All right, sir, we have 3 condemnations.
Okay. Why don't you read them, and then I'll convene a public hearing after that.
Yes, sir. R24105, 913 West 23rd Street. R24106, 808 West 34th Street, and R24-107, 26 Pine Tree Loop.
All right, with that, I've got open, this is going to become a public hearing. Those wishing to speak for or against R24-105, 106, 107, please come forward. Anyone wishing to speak for or against? And I've got a Mr. Anderson who signed up to speak R24-107. Are you Mr. Anderson? Are you here, sir? Come on up then.
How y'all doing? My name is Tony Anderson. I played in a band with this gentleman's mother for about 20 years, and his stepfather is the 26 Pine Tree Loop. It was in his stepfather's name. He died with pancreatic cancer last August, and then his mother died in the house in January 10th. And I've tried to get different. No lawyer wants to take care of him until he got money up front, and that's, I guess, I'm one of. We're trying to get him. He has autism, and I'm trying to get him set up where he'll have a place to stay and everything. He's been living with me ever since then, and I understand that they're going to probably demolish the house and everything. I just want to be able to claim the house for this young man. I want him to get whatever he can get out of it.
Have you seen what the house looks like, sir?
Yes, sir.
So my question is, it's been, when did you say it happened? When did the death in the family happen? Over a year ago? No.
I can't hear you,
Did
sir.
that help me, Amy? I think it's.
The owner, the stepfather that owned it died in August, and the fire was in January?
No, he died with pancreatic cancer last August.
Last August.
Okay.
And his wife, which is his
Right.
mother, died in January in the house
The
fire.
fire.
That is of this year, January, correct?
Right, this year.
So we're talking about 4 months ago,
Right.
more or less.
They got out of the fire, and she ran in to save the puppies and didn't make it back out.
That's what, I remember that now. Okay, I got it. So the question is, what do you want us to do as a city council?
I just need some time, or maybe let y'all go ahead and condemn it and demolish it, and then we'll get in probate court and pay the whatever y'all charge to pay.
Right.
Okay, you stay right there if you don't mind. No, I've got Miss McHenry's coming up. She's our code enforcement. So, Lakeisha, I think the question is, you're asking that we go ahead and condemn this and demolish it and put a lien on the property. Is that what you want us to do now?
I assume that's the best move.
I see the pictures on it here right now, so the process is, so we'll understand it, is we can condemn this, we go through the procedure here tonight, condemn it, and then there'll be a lien put on the house. Am I saying that right, Ms. McHenry?
That is correct. On the property.
After he pays the lien, the house. So, Miss
Right.
Amy?
Right. And you're trying to get insurance proceeds from the house for him? Is that what you said? Insurance. You're trying to help him with the insurance on the house? Oh, there was no insurance. Oh, okay.
Bill's mom left it to him.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they had insurance. I'm not sure. I've been going through the.
Okay. But the property is still worth something.
They had insurance on the van.
Right.
And they just picked it up today, and when we get a check on that, I would think, hoping that would pay taxes or whatever.
Right.
Whatever it takes to get him set up.
Okay.
I can't put him to the curb, y'all,
No, I understand. We're just making, what we're trying to is make sure you understand everything that happens if we go forward here now. And it sounds like you understand it. Ms. McHenry, anything from you that we need to go forward with? I've got pictures up here.
Yeah, the cost for demolition is gonna be $11,000. The house is certified to the state land office for back taxes. That's another $10,000. Yeah. Mhm. They filed bankruptcy back in 2019 and 2020. That's now out of bankruptcy. I saw where you guys filed for a small estate for the bank account.
Right.
But y'all didn't do it for the house itself.
They told me I had to have a lawyer.
Okay.
So you understand everything? You understand everything we're about to do then, I guess, since you take care of him? Yes, sir, you. I'm talking to you, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson, you understand everything? Go ahead and tell me. Tell him.
I'm sorry, I'm hard.
No, that's all right, I understand. Go ahead.
Wants to know if you understand everything that he's just said.
think so. Amy, did you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, any questions from anybody on the council here? So we're in a, I'm going to stop this convenience. If there's anybody else that'd like to speak, we're in a public hearing about this. So if anybody else, I'm going to adjourn the public hearing, okay? Anybody else? All right.
Just want to make sure that he
Ms. Ross, go
understands that he
ahead. Ms.
still
Ross.
Does he understand that he gets the, whatever, after the lien and,
Right.
and sells the land, he gets that money?
Well, as long as they get it back from the land commissioner.
Right, after
Right.
they pay the
Yeah,
back.
okay, as long as even, if we proceed with the condemnation and demo it and put a lien on it, the property still belongs to your friend, if it was left to him, you know, and it could be sold and pay off the liens, if you all get it back from the land commissioner. Yeah.
Sell the property to.
Right, to help him. And it still belongs to him, it'll just have to pay off the cost of demo, and y'all have to get it out of the land commissioners. Redeem it from the land commissioner, okay?
Mr. Anderson, here's the best way to do it. We're going to go ahead and go forward with this. I know you're having a little time hearing, so you can contact Miss Amy at the city attorney's office and get it all explained to you. With your permission, though, we're going to go forward with the condemnation tonight. Okay, got you. Thank you, Ms. McHenry. All right, if anybody else would like to speak for or against this resolution? If not, I'm going to adjourn this public hearing. Please go forward.
R-24-105, Mayor Hardwick.
Please.
A resolution declaring certain building, houses, and other structures located at 913 West 23rd Street in the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas, to constitute a public nuisance and condemning said structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance.
Move for adoption.
Motion adopt, and there's a second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco? Height?
Yes.
R-24-106, Mayor Hardwick.
Please.
A resolution declaring certain building, houses, and other structures located at 808 West 34th Street in the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas, to constitute a public nuisance and condemning said structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance.
So moved.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R-24-107, Mayor Hardwick.
Please.
A resolution declaring certain building, houses, and other structures located at 26 Pine Tree Loop in the city of North Little Rock to constitute a public nuisance and condemning said structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance.
Move for adoption.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
There's a second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson, do you understand everything? Okay, got you. I just want to make sure you're, if there's any questions now about where this stands, you can contact Miss Amy's office at City Attorney's office, okay? And she'll be glad to sit down. So right now it's in the condemnation. It has been filed for condemnation to be torn down, okay? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, keep on going, please.
All right, sir, we have 4 cleanup liens.
Let's do this. Let's go ahead and read those, and then I'll call a public hearing again, if you don't mind.
All right, sir. R-24-108, 1425 West 36th Street. R-24-109, 2506 East Washington Avenue. R-24-110, 4700 Haywood Street. R-24-111, 3011 Gribble Street.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. For those wishing to speak for or against, we're going to call a public hearing on this. Those wishing to speak for or against on anything that has to do with R-24-108 through R-24-111, please come to the microphone. Those wishing to speak for or against, please come to the microphone. Seeing none and hearing none, I will adjourn this public hearing. Please call it.
R-24-108, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 1425 West 36th Street in the city of North Little Rock.
Move for adoption. Second.
Motion. Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R-24-109, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 2506 East Washington Avenue in the city of North Little Rock.
Move for adoption. Second.
Motion second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R 24-110, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 4700 Haywood Street in the city of North Little Rock.
Move. Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R 24-111, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 3011 Gribble Street in the city of North Little Rock.
Move for adoption. Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R 24-112, Mayor Hartwick.
Yes, I need to convene a public hearing again on this. This is for grass cutting. So those wishing, I'm going to convene a public hearing. Those wish,
Let him read it.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
All right, sir. A resolution approving and certifying amounts of liens to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real properties in the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas, as a result of grass cutting expenses and abatement of other nuisances.
Now it's been read. Those wish to speak for or against this, please come forward to the microphone. Those wish to speak for or against, please come. Seeing none, that's to adjourn this public hearing.
Move for adoption. Second.
All right. Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
O 24-29, Councilmember Taylor.
I think this one is, oh, never mind, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm confused. My confusion is the applicant's name.
Ellen?
Huh? Yes.
She's right there.
So you have the property on Franklin Street?
On Parker.
That's where my confusion is coming in at. So-
That's her daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, please,
Okay.
hang on a sec. Do you want her to come to the microphone? You got it.
I'm straight now.
All right, got you. All right, so we're at O 24-29, Mr.
Please
Taylor.
call it.
Yes, sir. An ordinance granting a special use to allow type 2 short-term rental in an R4 zone for certain real property located at 1323 Franklin Street in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Right, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Motion for adoption.
So move.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
O 2430, Councilmember Ross.
No.
Baxter.
Baxter.
Oh, I apologize. The sheet's wrong.
Please call it.
Thank you, sir. An ordinance granting a special use to allow type 2 short-term rental in an R3 zone for certain real property located at 5008 Parker Street in the city of North Little Rock. Declaring an emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes. Move for adoption.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
O 2431, Councilmember Taylor.
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a special use to allow an event center in a C6 zone for certain real property located at 112 Smart House Way in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings. Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Ms. Ross.
This is the first event center I've seen that doesn't have any dates or times or number of people on it. So I've been talking, I talked to Thomas Pellnell, and I know that they're here.
Thomas, come on up.
And I checked with planning, they didn't have anything as far as dates and times. So
Okay.
we need to insert and see what works for them.
Understand. Questions, Mr., do you hear it, Tom?
Yes, I did. As far as dates and times, we went through our notes in the last few minutes, and the Planning Commission agreed to 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to midnight, and that's what they voted on. As far as numbers, we were not limited by numbers, but only, not specifically, but what the fire department limited us as, so the occupancy that the fire department allows. There's another limit too on parking. We have 86 stalls, which allows for just over 400 attendees in that, or people in the event center, but the fire marshal is more stringent. It's going to be less than 430.
And
I don't know what the number is, but
And I
we
did
don't
talk
have
to
it.
the fire marshal because I know that that's always one concern, that we have an event center, that the police or whatever, that we don't have the manpower to take care of these. And so it's the building that's currently there, correct? And
That's
then you're
right.
building a 14,000 square foot building behind this building and connecting the two buildings, is that correct?
That's correct. Mhm.
So that's like around 28,000 square feet. So that's why the fire marshal, he didn't have any plans, so we're basically, we don't know what.
Well, I think he's looked at it. He may not be here, but we're willing to stipulate whatever he
Well,
limits us to.
I mean, I
We're
talked to
good
him.
with.
He said that, I mean, he actually called the architect to see, but they didn't know exactly how much. So just, give us a ballpark figure of how many people.
300?
300
I know
people?
we'll be below that, so 300 I think we're comfortable with.
Okay, so max of, is that work for you? It's your
Works for me.
legislation.
You can put 300 or whatever the occupancy is, it's fine.
Okay.
Or 300 or
Well,
what's
whatever we
limited
put
by the
in
fire
here is what
department.
will be in there,
I
so I
know.
guess we need to.
He knows the routine, so you understand what?
Can we say subject to fire marshal code?
Y'all come on up here. Let's make sure everybody understands, please.
We need to.
Good.
All right. Do you understand where everybody's coming with you on the questions? I got you. So the maximum amount, go ahead, is what we're here. Oh, and identify yourself. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Identify yourself, please.
I'm Carrie Miller.
I know. Come on up, all of y'all. I see you out there.
Karen, what's your role?
Pardon?
What do you do? What's your role in this?
So I'm just basically helping
Pull that microphone
manage-
down to you. Thank you.
I'm basically just helping manage all of the investors through the build process and everything, keeping them organized. So.
Project manager.
Yes, but we're basically looking about 350 to 400 max is what we would like.
So which is it?
Let's go with 400.
All
I
right,
just
so
want a
we'll
number.
put it in there as
Yeah,
400.
we have parking for that
Got
many.
you. What else was the questions you had on here, Ms. Ross? There was another
Well,
question.
the parking, I know it's a C6, so, parking's different situation in a C6, is that right? So I know that, I'd heard that there's some, they're having to park across the street and
That's-
there's parking at another building and,
That's right. C6 zoning doesn't require any parking, but when you insert the event center, it generates a requirement to what you have parking. And then the next item up here is our parking one lot over, and has 86 stalls, which is like 430.
okay. And my next question, who's managing the event center once it's open? I mean, who's in charge? I mean, what company, who's?
We will hire someone to be a permanent planner, event planner and everything to run the event center.
Go ahead and
So
identify
we'll
the
have
other two
staff.
people behind you, which I know, but go ahead if you don't mind.
I'm Scott Miller, and it's my wife, Dawn. We're one of the investors, owners. Yeah.
So y'all will ultimately be responsible for it?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, okay, all right.
Anybody else? Thomas, you understand what's going on here? I know we got another one right behind it, so.
Yeah, we're fine. We're good. Thank you.
Ms.
So
Ross?
I'd like to make that amendment, 7 days a week. What did you say, 8 to midnight?
Yes,
8
8
a.m. to
please.
midnight.
So under that section 4, under the conditions, it'd be 8 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. is your amendment?
Fair. Section 4.
Section 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, days and hours of operation for the event center. Says on there 6 a.m. to midnight.
Oh, okay. I
So you
didn't
want
see
it to
that,
say
yeah.
8 a.m.?
Sure.
All right, go back over this. What's the hours again, please?
8 a.m. to midnight.
All right, good. That's why I want to make sure. Anything else from anybody?
We did the maximum of 400.
Yes.
City Clerk Whitby just pointed out to me that we don't have a motion to adopt yet, and we need to do that before we do the
So moved.
amendments. Is there a second? Okay, so.
There's a motion adopted, and there was a second. So
Okay,
now there's
so-
amendments.
So let me help out here a minute. How about that? The amendment is gonna be, on, condition number 3, maximum occupancy is 400.
Unless the fire marshal says less, but you're pretty
I
sure.
think they said 400 just a while ago.
That's what I said is
Oh,
400.
did
You're sure that the
Okay.
fire marshal, it will be,
It's actually, right now, it's at 500 and
Okay.
something, so we should be
Okay.
fine.
400.
So, the amendment will be to amend, condition 3, that the maximum occupancy is 400, to, amend,
7 days.
condition 4, that, the hours of operations, amend 6 a.m. and change that to 8 a.m.
8 a.m. to midnight, and then 7 days a week.
That's
Or do
already
we need
there.
that? Okay. Okay.
On the amendment, everybody?
Is there a motion, is there a
Adopt it.
second on her motion?
Second.
There was a second. Now,
Okay, on the amendment?
on the amendment.
Okay, on the amendment, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
What were the hours of operation
8
again?
a.m. in the morning to midnight. 8 till midnight.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes. So moved as amended. Second.
All right, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Thank you.
Stay there, please.
O 2432, Councilmember Taylor.
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a conditional use to allow a parking lot in a C6 zone for certain real property located at 112 Smart House Way in the city of North Little Rock, constituting an emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Motion for adoption?
Hang on just a second, Mr. Height.
Yes. I'm very familiar with this property, and I've parked back there behind that, and I've been in it, and I've been through the fence that's between your property and the other property. I just question whether or not you have designed this driveway to accommodate emergency vehicles.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Again.
Has there been a motion and a second to adopt, because we need an amendment on this one?
There has been a motion and a second, and then now we go to the
Okay,
amendment.
okay, would somebody amend this? We've got a, typo to amend it to 110. It was sent to us
Yeah, it
as
says 112, and on the screen up there it says
It's supposed to be
110.
110.
I'll make that amendment.
Thank
I'll
you.
do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Amy. Ms. Fields.
On the amendment?
All right, on the amendment, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Ms. Ross?
You know, I did give them a picture too. I had the same concern was the emergency, and on that picture that they did show that the fire marshal, he did approve all that, everything as far as the emergency. Road,
Motion?
exit, whatever.
Motion to adopt.
Okay, motion to adopt.
To adopt as
Motion to
amended.
adopt. Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, Bob. Okay, guys? Thank you.
R 2433, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
For consideration only, an ordinance waiving certain sections of the zoning ordinance, ordinance number 9263, for certain real property located at 8504 MacArthur Drive within the planning jurisdiction of the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas, to allow a waiver of off-street parking, screening, and landscaping requirements, declaring emergency, first reading.
This for consideration only, please call it.
Is there, he already called it.
Move,
He-
move,
Motion to adopt.
move to suspend the readings.
Oh, yeah.
Second.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Motion for adoption?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
All right. Ross?
Whoa, whoa,
Wait,
whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry, sorry.
Mr. Taylor.
So obviously, there must be some issue going on with this. Why is it just consideration only?
Not in the city.
It's
Mr.
outside the
Spencer?
city limits.
Come on.
But that didn't make it where it has to be for consideration only.
It's
Mr.
the
Spencer,
mayor's.
please come forward, please. Question, do you understand it, sir?
Yeah, so it's in the county, and so it's up to, if there's no elected officials, as in the council members, then the mayor has to sponsor it, and he has made just a statement of when he sponsors something, it's going to be consideration only in the county to let the decision be made to the council members.
Thank you, Sean. It's a very good explanation.
I didn't want to also do away with all the variances that they're asking for. So yes, Mr. Hamilton?
Does planning support this?
We support the ordinance, which requires it in all cases. Not
That's
just
an
this one,
excellent
but
answer as well.
2 for 2. Right, don't push luck
Give
on
that
it.
man a raise.
Try for 3.
Yes.
All right.
Are we?
Where are we at?
Well,
He called y'all's name, and he was to me, and I had a question. Y'all
Oh,
already voted.
I don't think they voted. I don't think anybody voted yet.
Not yet.
I saw you raise your hand, and so when he started calling the roll,
He
I said,
stopped me.
hold up.
We have a
You want some,
motion.
Mr. Baxter?
No.
Okay, where are we now, Ms.?
We're ready for roll call, sir.
Ms. Ross?
Ross?
Okay, I do have to say something as far as
Oh, I'm sorry.
being on the tree board and waiving anything for trees is, this is outside of the city, and when we do collect in lieu funds, it goes to the ward. This money, there's nowhere to put it for trees. So basically, unless we have another account for the extraterritorial areas of anybody wanting to waive it. So I'm fine with it.
There's no collection of fees on this one because you're just waiving it. There's a separate kind of ordinance or resolution for somebody that pays the in lieu fees on the trees. There's no money coming along with this one.
All right, Mr. Hamilton?
To quote one of the smartest men I know, I'm confused. The staff is for the ordinance. It's for consideration only. I've looked at the
Mr.
the
Nathan.
ordinance.
Staff is for the zoning ordinance,
Right.
not the ordinance in front of you,
Correct.
for the whole zoning
Yeah,
ordinance.
yeah, correct.
And
And
its
and I can
requirements.
understand that in terms of staff, y'all are for the book that y'all go off of. I get that. What are the reasons to approve this? And I have no doubt this is due to my inexperience. Are there reasons to approve this?
At some point, we may annex it, and it would should follow the same rules as the properties inside the city limits.
That would be a reason not to, correct?
It's not for
A
us to
reason
see.
to
Not
approve
to,
it.
Ms.
not
Ross.
to waive it, yes.
When you get
Is
through.
there a reason to waive the requirements?
You'd have to ask the property owner if there's a hardship.
Yeah, that's my question.
I'll go
Is there a reason we should waive these requirements?
Mr. Baxter, and then I'll come back to you if it's okay.
I don't have an answer to your question, but I will tell you that, once again, there's areas along MacArthur that are part of North Little Rock, right? Again, that's heavily traveled into my side of town.
Absolutely.
Here's an opportunity for us to lay across to everyone, right, what we require as it relates to this particular project, anywhere else in the city. So I think this would prepare that area. If it is annexed, it's already complying with what is required elsewhere in the city. I think it would look much better as you travel into that part of town. So I'm supporting that we deny this. I'm supporting what is currently on the books for when you put a project in. These are the requirements for street trees, for parking trees. I'm saying let's adhere to that in this instance.
And Mr. Hamilton asked a question that Mr. Spencer said that the owner would be a question for the owner, and I do think that the owner is here. Are you the owner? No,
He's
never
not
mind.
He's not the owner,
Oh,
no.
the owner is not here. I'm sorry.
The person
Okay,
requesting,
okay, he's on a different case.
He is,
Oh,
I know.
I'm sorry. I saw somebody come stand
No,
up.
the
and
owner's
so-
not here, so.
Okay,
don't
so the
see
owner's
the-
not.
is
I've
the
already-
applicant who's requesting us to waive our requirements
Is he
here to present in a case for why?
No.
The contractor was told it was tonight, and we've been dealing mostly with the contractor.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Ross?
I agree with Councilmember Baxter as far as entering the city, but as far as annexing this, I don't ever seeing this being annexed. It will be the biggest fight that the city's ever had if they tried to annex that land. Because I know a lot of people out there, and I don't ever see that being annexed. But I agree with the parents, but there's a whole lot worse than this out there.
Anybody else? All right, where are we, Mr. Scott? Diane?
Okay.
Call the roll.
Okay, so Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
No.
Taylor?
No.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Nope.
Harris?
No.
Insulaco?
No.
Height?
No.
Did not pass.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
02434, Councilmember Ross.
Please call it.
An ordinance waiving section 14.107.d.2 of the sign ordinance, ordinance number 7697, to replace a sign at 4320 McCain Boulevard in the city of North Little Rock, declaring emergency, first reading.
And I need to go ahead and convene a public hearing on this, if you don't mind. Again, on this, we need to convene a public hearing on 02434. Those wishing to speak for or against this, please come forward. I got you. I know who you were. Come on up. Identify yourself, please.
Sorry, I confused who you were.
No problem. I'm Jasper Burton. I'm president of Cureton Sign Company in Conway, and I'm working with a sign company that works with Chick-fil-A. And they had asked us to see if we can get a variance to allow them to put up a new sign. And so I wrote the letter, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have.
Ms. Ross?
One quick question. I know when I talked to you, Jap, one of the things that this, and this is similar to what's happened out on Maumelle Boulevard, where the sign sits below the street level. And I drove in Chick-fil-A's parking lot like 3 times. The sign sits, the base of the sign, and that's where you measure from, is from the ground, is like 3 to 4 feet below the street level. So it's basically what you're going to see is the 6 feet.
So how much higher are we going?
4 feet.
4 feet's what I understood, right,
6, and
Mr.
then
Hamilton?
this is 10, correct?
Actually, we're going to be lower than we are now.
Oh, okay.
There's a 12-foot sign out
Oh,
there
that's a
now.
12-foot
But
line?
you're-
Okay.
And we're going to be putting a 10-foot sign up.
Mr. Hamilton?
So I was asking earlier for a case, I'm not against waivers, but I was looking for a good reason to, grant a waiver. And in this case, I did speak to him. I was convinced that this is going to be a better sign than in terms of our ordinance, closer to our ordinance than what is there now, and therefore I'm in favor of the waiver.
Anybody else wish to speak for or against this? Please come to the microphone. If not, I'll adjourn this public hearing.
We hadn't had a motion to suspend the readings
So
or
moved.
anything yet.
Suspend readings.
All right. Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes. Move for adoption.
Second.
All right. Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
So that concludes new business.
Thank you, appreciate it. This is time for public comment. Thank you, see you later. I got first Mrs. Barbara Brown Smith, who'd like to come speak as public comment. This is 3 minutes, please.
I was thinking-
Good evening, Mayor, Wardman, and other city officials. My name is Mrs. Barbara Brown Smith, and I am a recent resident of North Little Rock. Tomorrow makes 1 month. I don't have a lot of comments for you because I'm studying the ordinances in the laws of North Little Rock, but I did have an opportunity to meet my ward's people, and we briefly had a conversation on the last board meeting and introduced myself to the mayor. But I'm gonna kind of jump the gun on it with you all, okay? Unfortunately, I was not able to make Mrs. Temple's townhouse meeting because of an accident, but I've been informed that none of the representatives attended that meeting. And I'm a firm believer, and I say what I mean and mean what I say, that we elect you all. We are you all's boss. And I think you all, when they're having a townhouse meeting, should make yourself available where you can hear the concerns of your residents in your city. And also, I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Holloway, saw him on the news. And I have a problem with our city, Arkansas, the outside companies and entities as far as landlords. They come here because Arkansas does not have a good, strong laws for landlords. Now, your legislature a few years ago introduced the bill, which was voted down. But you always have to do better because you all wouldn't even live in such an array of apartments. The complex, I forget the name of it, it was on the news last week. That was deplorable. And there needs to be steps in place to hold these landlords accountable for not keeping up with their properties, particularly those that you're allowing to come in from out of town. And I'm retired now, but I have worked in city government for years. And if you're hooking up with lobbyists, take care of the people that's taking care of you. But I'm currently learning the laws and ordinance of North Little Rock so I can familiarize myself. But I do have a child that's an employee, Officer Sean Ray, here in North Little Rock. But so far, I'm just taking my time learning the ordinances. And that easy fix, it has not been fixed, Mr. Taylor.
We'll get on it.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Clarence Hicks? Mr. Clarence Hicks?
Good evening, everybody.
Please give me your name again, please, Mr. Hicks, if you don't mind.
Pardon?
Please give me your name again, please.
Clarence Hicks.
Thank you.
I have comments on a situation that happened to me that had to do with the Department of Human Services, Arkansas Department of Health, B.J. Black, the state license inspector, Mr. Nick Parrish, the Master's Plumber license inspector, Arkansas Contracted Licensing Board, and DHS did an item of conflict of interest. I had a walk-in bathroom shower, tub and shower, and they gave me a list of certification of contractors. The contractors that they had put on there and that was chosen for me, he was not a licensed plumber. He committed fraud by using another plumber's license. And he did a very terrible, screwed up job to that bath walk-in shower. I have not had the use of that tub and shower. I have not had water in my house since starting in October 30th. I have had to get an activation. I've been doing silver sneakers. I have a daughter that I've been going to her house, and my health has been affected negatively. I have peripheral neuropathy from starting with my knees all the way to the bottom of my feet. I'm under by 4 or 5 doctors' care. I'm on at least 6 or 7 medications, and nobody has come back to correct this wrong that has taken place. I have a grandson that lives with me. He's graduating from North Little Rock High. All of this has had an effect on him. And I'm here tonight to let it be known of the liability that has been committed by these 5 different organizations, and that no one has made any attempt to come back and to correct none of these.
This is all state agencies, you say?
Yes, sir.
Miss Amy, what's his?
Yeah, it's really outside of the city's purview to be able to do anything to assist, since your complaints are all to do with a private contractor and the state agency's way of handling your complaints. There's not any way that we can assist you in getting recourse against the contractor.
I filed a complaint with the Arkansas Contractors License
Right.
Board, and they told me that it took them about 10 days to do it, and they told me that it is no longer any matter, that it is a civil matter.
Right.
Because the contractor that did this, he was just a contractor. He was not a licensed plumber.
Right.
And some sort of way, things slipped through the cracks for him to be able to use another plumber's license. Somebody dropped the ball.
Best thing I can say is the state agency that you asked, Miss Felicia McHenry, he probably even never even got a permit, did he, I guess. Your address is 1505 Nona? Nona?
Bone Park Elementary School.
Okay.
There.
So only thing I can suggest, lawyer?
Right, because it's a civil matter between you and the non-licensed plumber for the damages that he has caused to you.
Yeah.
But what about the people that got this guy, approved this guy? You know, state agencies did it.
Well, we don't have any control over the state and what they do.
I can give you what I can give you. I can give you get to look at HUIP, and I can get your state representative about this matter. I can give you their name if you'd like. I can even give you your senator in this matter if you'd like. That's where it goes to the state. I don't mind doing that at all. In fact, tonight before you leave, you see, no, that's probably going to be, is that Jane English? Is that going to be Miss Chesterfield? Huh?
Jane English is this.
Jane English? Okay, that should be your senator is what I was asking.
New
So.
senator may be Jamie Scott.
And Jamie Scott. Let me get you your address. Tell you what y'all do for you. I got your address. I'll look up your state representative and your state senator, and I'll get you, and I've got your phone number here is 912-1599.
Correct.
I'll get that to you tomorrow, okay?
All right.
I'll call you myself. Taylor, if you'll remind me on this, if you don't mind, please. All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I have a Frankie Boyskins, a Patricia Hamry, am I saying it right? I hope so. Deanna Strickford, Hattie Temple. They're all, has to do with, am I saying that right? I think it has all to do with Division Street. Is that correct? Or, huh? Okay, good. So here's the deal. Are you speaking for all these people? All right, so you identify yourself and let's go. Who wants to go first? Give me your name, please.
Dina Stickford.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You're up. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We are a little upset about people not showing up for the town hall meeting. We really have some concerns and issues that need to be addressed. I have city council host and resolution for stricter codes and landlords, proactive legislation and escrow accounts, better supervision and accountability from public trustees, officials, and all agenda sub-officials, answers for excessive gas bills, more equitable infrastructure, better, faster actions to housing emergencies. Also, we need better response from HUD and RAD. We have to stop the illegal evictions, better management at the apartments, M&T management. We have missing funds. Also, we need real security at our apartments. Killer mold is still present, and they're ignoring the mold problems in all apartments. We have standing sewage, and we have et cetera stuff as well that do need to be addressed really immediately. We need a debt set for the next follow-up town hall meeting and partnership committee with the ACO North Little Rock chapter to help with all of this. I will be addressing several issues on this killer mold, the security at the apartments. We have, Lord, let's see, the better management with the M&T properties. We are having a lot of issues with the management there. We have tried to work with them in all ways, and it's just getting a little bit out of hand, and we need some help. And we would like y'all to attend the next town hall meeting, and we'd like to set a date so we can address some more of these issues a little bit better. Thank you.
Welcome. Felicia, who's that on by? You and I have been out there several times, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right, next is Miss Hamby? Am I saying it correctly? Okay.
Yes, my name is Patricia R. Hamby. I have been at Cedar Gardens, it used to be Bowker, about 20-something years. And the same problem, the issues and all that has happened again. Like the city council hosts of resolutions for restricting codes, which they got to bring that building up to code. Which the landlord, they keep switching landlords on us that we don't know half of the time which one comes over there, which there hasn't been nobody, which is the landlord has not been over there. And the prostate legislature escort account, okay. The issue, I had mold in my apartment. I still smell mold in my apartment. I live up on the 3rd floor. And this eviction and all that, I pay my rent every single month. I never miss it or anything else on it. And the mold and the floors, every time I mop my floor and all that, it ain't nothing except green coming off the floor. And they always talking about securing our apartments and all that. They had to put a boat lock on mine. I never had that problem before since I have moved in that building. And some of the time when I'm outside, I smell nothing but sewer, like it's backing up or anything like that. But the next following date at the town hall, the partnership committee with HCO, North Little Rock chapter, would help all of us of this. Thank you.
Thank you. Frankie Boykins?
Yes, I have the same issues going on. I have mold, about several months ago, mold was in my bathroom, come up through the paint. They painted it over, what they did, they painted it over it. And it just it just rolled down. It was all on my floor. When I mopped my floor, the floor was green. And I've had problem with, I was complaining about my yard, people throwing over trash in my yard. And I went to the office and told them they didn't do nothing about it. And I have a lot of problems that's going on there in my apartment. And I made complaints after complaints. Nobody received, nobody responded to it. And the division with this legal, where they changing managers all the time. They never let you know. We constantly signing papers. Every 2 or 3 months, we're signing papers. Then we got to be recertified. What you do with the others, like the next 2 or 3 months, every time they change managers, we always have to sign a bunch of papers, and we don't know what we sign. We don't know if we sign the life away or not. We constantly have to sign papers.
You don't know what you're signing?
Well, they said that we got to be recertified again. Every time another manager leave, then another one come in. We got to do the same papers over and over and over again. And I'm not understanding that why we have to study signing those same papers. I don't know. It's confusing to me.
You got to give me a second. Let me get through these. Okay.
It's
Anything
very
else?
confusing.
I got your name. And Lakeisha, you still back there? No,
Thank y'all.
Felicia? Felicia, you still back there? This is where you and I have been out there several times. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that's is it? What's the name of it now?
Cedar Gardens.
Yeah, that's right. So can you look up, see who owns this? I may have my city attorney write them a
Excuse
letter.
me, it's all Holly Knight.
What's that say again?
Holly Knight. It's Knight Development. It's whoever took over for Housing Authority. It's the same people running all our stuff in North Little Rock, and they not treating us right. Every time they change management, y'all, everybody got to go down there and redo a lease. Some of these people done did last year we did 5 leases for that 1 year.
First off, stop, please. You're Miss Hattie Temple, correct?
Yes, my name is Hattie Temple.
There you go. So now you've got the same complaint that the people who own these apartments now, they do not respond to you. Can I ask one more question? You came up when I asked, what are they making you sign? What are they making you sign? Hattie, give her a second.
What I'm understanding is that they have, they did not do their paperwork right. So they have gone back, and we have signed from, I think, a couple of years back. They're correcting their paperwork. Every time we get a manager, it's the same thing. We have to recertify. And it's not fair. It's not fair. We should do this once a year. One time.
Let me do this. So y'all are signing paperwork that you don't know what you're signing. So the new management, when they come in, every time you have a new manager, they make you sign the same paperwork over and over?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me do this. I've heard this complaint. I've been there to your place. I think I met this gentleman out here one time. I've seen a lot of you there. Let's do this. Is it okay, Ms. Fields, if we write the management company a letter about the complaints they have and to see what their response is? Felicia, help me for a second.
And I would like to, before we did that, have some documentation from code, like whether they've been cited.
That's why I'm bringing her up here for.
Yeah, we've been there several times, but when we go, tenants won't allow us
They won't let
inside
us
the
in.
apartments.
Yeah.
And we've asked them, if you're having some issues with your apartment, contact us. We have not heard any complaints from the building.
Let me do this then, okay?
Okay.
I've got Hattie, I got Frankie, I got Patricia, Deanna, and I've got something else. So I've got y'all 4. Why don't we do this? Amy, give me some advice. Can we write the manager a letter, and then meanwhile, y'all need to, have y'all even called our code enforcement at all? Besides calling me?
I have left a message, and I got it in return.
You call our code department?
I have.
Okay, let's do this. We're not gonna go on with this all night long. I've heard you, Miss Hattie. All right, you can send it to me in just a second. So let's do this. Let's find out who the new owner is. Let's have Miss Amy write a letter. Let's ask for permission to get into these apartments like we tried to before, which they wouldn't let us in, if you remember.
Well,
Well,
if they,
now-
if they
now-
contact,
Hang on.
if they contact our department, we'll write the letter
Okay, gotcha.
advising them what they need to do to make the corrections.
Be fine.
And these individual tenants, can let code into their apartment. And so,
We
so
couldn't
if-
get
if
past,
code
we couldn't get
comes-
past the front door the last time. Remember that?
Okay.
Huh?
Either you right, they didn't let you in.
They wouldn't let me in. Hattie, you were there with me, if I'm not mistaken. They wouldn't let me in, so. All right, here's the deal, real fast, y'all. I remember meeting you. Call code, Miss McHenry will take it. If you haven't called her, we'll get in touch with the people and make sure we can get in and take pictures. Meanwhile, if we gotta go further, I'll get you in touch with Miss Amy. We'll write the people to make sure they get started on it. As far as these letters you're writing, I don't know why you're writing it, but again, we'll go from there. Is that fair enough? Am I saying that correctly, everybody?
Yeah.
Felicia? All right, Hattie, one more thing, you said something to me. What you got?
I want y'all to know that y'all let me down because I expected at least one alderman from each ward to come there because I had somebody from each one of your wards at my meeting because it was a city town hall meeting. It wasn't all about the housing. It was about everything.
Which one are you talking about? The one that was at the lot last week?
Yes.
You got that to us on a council meeting, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes,
And
yes.
it was a piece of paper you brought out?
Yes.
I already had 2 appointments that night. One was with the bicycle group. So I think when you called my office, they told you that. Mr. Hamilton?
You want to see videos of my daughter's dance recital that I was at?
No, sir, I believe you, but
You gave me
but-
4 days' notice.
I understand what
I
you're
had a
saying
family
because I just said
obligation.
got my flowers, but this is what I want to do for the next one. I'm going to schedule it around y'all schedules. So I
Hattie,
want y'all
My
to let
cell
me
phone
know.
number is on the website. Call me, set up a meeting. I'll meet with you individually. Given enough time, I will try to make your meeting. You can't just say, I'm doing this 4 days before and expect
Okay,
us
sir,
to be
you're
there.
sure right, but I'm going to make sure the next time that I have it.
My cell
but,
phone number is on the website. I've never heard from you.
I know,
All
sir.
right, here's the deal, guys. Thank you, Hattie. Got you, okay? Anybody else have any comments? If not, we don't, remember, we're not meeting on the next Monday. It's the Tuesday, the 28th. Everybody remember that? That's a motion to adjourn if anybody.
So moved.
Hang on, Ms. Taylor, Ms. Taylor, Ms. Taylor.
Parking for an event, when there's an event at Simmons Bank Arena, what's the protocol for parking for us?
Jim had stuff blocked off for you over here on this lot.
Park at the bank.
At the
Okay,
bank, right
but
there, the bank.
if there's no parking at the bank, then what?
Well, Bill, I don't know. That's why I told you so early, but you didn't call me back.
Well, I was teaching the class.
I know. Just,
Is that not?
So do we still own, do we own that lot? Who owns that lot? Yeah.
Mayor, Mr. Scott did put out 8 cones, and someone moved the cones and took your spots. That's correct? I mean, he had you spots reserved, and that fell through. You were gonna have a spot too.
As a
Yeah.
mayor. I have one more thing to say. I've got 2 kids. If anybody would like to, hey, thank you, all that, thank you, thank you. No pressure, no pressure.
Thank you. You're welcome.
We don't
So
have a meeting
moved.
tomorrow.
Move for adjournment.
it was blocked off.
Second.
Call the roll, call the roll.
I think a couple of them got moved.
So who owns? Okay, here's my question. Who owns that parking lot?
Bank.
Not the bank, not the parking lot in front of the bank, but the rest of it where we do. That's kind of what I thought. So you mean to tell me we own the lot, but we can't park on our lot when we have a meeting?
Your spots were reserved on the bank side where our city employees park during the day.
So let me see if I can ask it another way. We own the lot, but we can't park on our lot when we have a meeting.
Yes, but it went wrong. It went bad.
Okay, I mean, they wouldn't let me park, so I was confused. I'm thinking,
Who wouldn't let you park?
oh, I'll give you his name.
I want his name.
Yeah.
In fact,
I just thought it was interesting. I said, I think we own a lot. You mean to tell me I can't park to go to a meeting?
This right here is owned by
That's kind of what I thought.
But Mayor, I got here, you told me to get here early, I got here early, I was the first one here at Diane's. There were 3 empty spots for us, and that was at 5:15, and I got one of them, so there was only 2 spots left after me, and I was the first one here.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
I'm hearing what you said.
Well, and it's very rare that we have an arena event on the same night. Maybe we need to reach out to them or maybe we need to somehow
We need to tell them, leave
keep
our
up
parking
with that. I don't know.
They didn't, no parking.
I think I've got a solution. Nope.
Meanwhile, bank, but we just bought a nice parking spot right behind. Anything else?
So move again.
Second.
Thank you.
Ready? Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton? Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson? Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
I was just confused, huh?
Hey.
Yes. All right.